A heifer saw an ox hard at work, harnessed to a plow, and tormented him with reflection on his unhappy fate in being compelled to labor. Shortly afterwards, at the harvest festival, the owner released the ox from his yoke, but bound the heifer with cords and led him away to the altar, or led her away to the altar to be slain in honor of the occasion. The ox saw what was being done and said with a smile to the heifer, "For this you were allowed to live in idleness, because you were presently to be sacrificed." Once again, Brother Hatem says, these folk tales aren't always for children. Actually, we get some major lessons from it ourselves. So now, let's look at this. We got a heifer who's able to exist in leisure, thinking that she has it made. And we have an ox that's hard at work, pulling the plow on a daily basis. And the heifer, rather than feeling for the ox, kind of condemns him, torments him is the word that they use, torments him about his labor, not realizing that all the time, all the free stuff she's getting, she is basically living on a debt. She's living a debt existence. Wow, this sounds familiar, America. She's living a debt existence, and she's tormenting the ox, because the ox has to get out here and labor. The ox lives a hard life. She eats the good food, and she feels she owes nothing. He eats bad food, but he gets up every morning, he's out pulling his plow, and this heifer is looking at him, and she's tormenting him about his daily labors until that day, until payday, until it's time for her to pay for all of her leisure. She is led away to be sacrificed on the altar. And the ox is able to look at her. He's able to look at her and be like, oh man. Let's go back to what he say. For this you were allowed to live in idleness, because you were presently to be sacrificed. Now, understand, hustling is part of life. Hustling is the way that we pay our bills. We have to work to eat. So, those of you that's listening, please understand, if you are existing in idleness, there's a reason. Maybe you are being set up for a sacrifice on your job. Maybe you're being set up for a sacrifice in your life. There is nothing that comes free. There is some type of payment that everything in this universe has. This universe exists on trades. And in these trades, you got to be willing to give something up. So if you want to live good, you got to work. You know what I'm saying? But now also, there's two other lessons in this for us. One, the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence. Remember, it's just a fence separating it. It's the same grass. You know what I'm saying? And then also, just because the grass may look brown on the other side of the fence, does not mean it is always brown. Does not mean it is always bad. You know what I'm saying? We look and we judge things, and we want to switch places with people, but we do not understand this simple law. And I think this is one of the major problems that I run into. We got people who want relationships without responsibility, and we've got people who mix up responsibility with duties. See, when you are responsible for something, you have to have a response. Whether that response is coming from your mouth or it's coming from your body, when you are held responsible for something, it's different than just having duties. You got people who want duties without the responsibilities. They want relationships without relationships without responsibility. And you can't do that. There's no way in this universe that you could get away from that. You always gonna have responsibilities. You're gonna have to pay back something. You know what I'm saying? People call it karmic debts. And we got to always be in it. We always got to be looking for what's going to be the payout. That's why we get up in the morning, those of us that's on this path, on this journey. That's why we get up. Because we're paying a debt. We're paying a debt towards the future. Because it's like, boom, I'm getting ready now. I'm doing these shows now because these shows are preparing me for something else. You're getting up, you're listening to my show because my show is getting you ready for something else. You're paying a debt. Every time you tune in and you listen to something that I'm talking about, you're paying a debt. You're spending something. You're spending your most valuable resource. That's your time. That's your time. See, we think that our most valuable resources are our cars, or our houses, the bank accounts, but it's not that. It's our time. And the time that you put into something is what you are investing. And when you invest, you are waiting for a return. You are preparing for a return. Right now, I'm preparing for the return of the investment. What's next? And that what's next will be my payment. Then I'm going to have to start making payments on that. I might have to up what I'm doing. But either way, I'm going to be ready for it. And you're going to be ready for it too. This is Brother Tim saying thank you for tuning in. I'm seeing the hits. On this show, I am getting crazy hits. Be sure to check me out at www.giamijourney.com to follow some of my other shows. Also, be sure to get my app. It's Giami Journey, and it's on the Play Store at on Google Play. Also, those of you that have Apple, if you want an iOS app, I could provide that for you. Just email me. You can hit me up through my show. You can hit me up on my website. Just hit me up. This is Brother Tim saying peace, and I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are. Have a great day.